will be blocked. Trying to get under it was Marchetti. This is going to fall. She was slow to get up. Looks to be okay. Gibbons in her 5th year set to serve, and it will go just long. Couple of service errors in this set for both teams. We go back and forth with Bono now back to serve again for the Condors. Currently 3rd in the league in assists per set. And she will get the ace. Althea Roboto picking up another one. She continues to pick apart defenses. It's another ace going for number 1. It'll be her 2nd of the game. This one leaking back over, going up. Cowie puts it right back. Conestoga now with a 2-point lead. Anna Cowie, the former Knight, had 108 kills across 3 seasons. A very good offensive weapon for the Condors. They are very happy to have her. They've gone up against her a number of times. This serve is going to head into the net, however. This caroms off the block, and once again a big block for Mohawk. And it gets a big cheer from the bench. Definitely something head coach Nicholas Petrella is liking from his team, is seeing how they're able to block and stop these Condors, as this will be a point for the Condors, and net touch going to be called. Marchetti, the reigning West scoring champion, is now back to serve. Had 46 aces last season, a career high 70 over the course of her 4-year career. This will hit off the block, and Conestoga will be unable to get a return. Not a lot of rallies so far in the match, as it is very quick points going back and forth. Urbano will keep it alive with a bump set, stepping behind the 3-meter line and throwing it over. That time was Maine. So they're going to try the other side, keeping it alive. Great fast hands from Spolger. It will go out of bounds untouched. Laya Elliott, the 2nd gear outside hitter, now back to serve, getting in the first part of her game. Has 6 aces this season, almost a 7th error. And that one's a little bit hard to handle, but it will go long. Conestoga now has their 2-point lead restored. This one going to catch the top part of the tape. A near miss for Elliott, who has been electric from the service line this season. Things flip back over to the other side of the floor for Gayland. Back up the middle, it will head over onto the Condor side. They will quickly reset. And this hits off the block, and it will go out of bounds. Conestoga tried the middle. It was stymied. And good awareness from Bobic, able to come and take charge. Bump set over to Forrest, who hits it off of the block, and then it heads out of bounds. Heading back over, and Forrest, diving save made by Rosewell. A double touch going to be called. Conestoga now going on a run, 3-point lead. Maine to serve. Maine has 14 aces in her stain. If anything, the team as her so versatile in her game. Lago and Muir checking back to the game. Conestoga adding some size. Lago standing 5'10", Muir 6'2". Be a big presence at the net. Conestoga has the height advantage. We've seen Mohawk time and time again play well above their listed heights. One-point lead for Conestoga as Mohawk continuing to battle back, and it is going to be an ace. That ace will be for Baker, her 4th of the game. She is absolutely on fire right now. Baker, a rookie coming into this season, the Milton, Ontario native, that's now her 5th ace, pardon me. Very impressive numbers from number 5. At just 7 aces coming into today, and almost doubling that so far in the match. For the team leader with 9. Good timeout taken by Coach Witchell, slowing the tempo down a little bit as Mohawk was able to erase that deficit. Also going to quickly reset and see if they can develop a new game plan. They get ready to attack the Mohawk team. They can regain their lead. Both teams knotted up at 15. Baker continuing to serve fresh off that ace. Will not have one here. Going back to Forrest. Will go just out of bounds. Trying to go for the near sideline. That will be a miss, giving the lead back for Mohawk. They haven't had a lead for a little while in the second set. Been mostly Conestoga, but Mohawk refusing to go away, showcasing their resilience. And this is going to be another ace. Have a night, Kendra Baker. Tracking backwards, Forrest is able to keep this one alive. And Muir will send it over. And a big kill on the left side, going over to Olivia Rosewell. Be her 5th. Marchetti will call for it, getting over to Muir, trying to go for the cut shot, will be turned away. This will head out of bounds, carrying off of Conestoga and down. And now it is a 4-point lead for Mohawk, who have completely turned the tables here in the second set. Tooling it off the block. Conestoga able to get a side out, and that is a big point for them. Now they trail by 3. Right back to Welmers. Welmers had 11 kills versus Mohawk earlier this season. Going to rely heavily on her. She's a big presence at the middle blockers. This is going to roll over. A little bit of luck on the side of Mohawk. Gonna go over to Jessica Muir. She gets it on top of the block. This one tracking towards net. Attacking onto Conestoga, ready for it. Marchetti puts it deep. Diving save made by Rosewell. Here with the top angle, it will be turned away, and this is going to fall. The defense stands strong for Mohawk, and they are up by 5. That will be another timeout taken by the Condors, as Mohawk has soared back in the second set, winning the battle 220 an hour, just 4 points away from taking a 2-0 set lead. Conestoga has the slight edge in several offensive categories, including kills per set, as well as hitting percentage and assists per set. The main difference maker is the blocks, as Mohawk leading in that category and leading in this game, being very hard to get around. They currently have 3 blocks. Conestoga currently looking for their first and are trying to find a way to stop this offense of the Mountaineers. They'll be hitting off of Lago and down. They're going to cue the offense of Mohawk strikes. Conestoga, no timeouts remaining. Have to see if they can turn this one around. Going back to Welmers. And this time she will be turned away. Marchetti had to readjust. Goes right back over. Conestoga gets another crack at it. Go just out of bounds. Attacking was Forrest from the back court. The Mountaineers have a bend, don't break mindset when it comes to D. They are being able to keep the ball alive and allow for their offense to get chances. And trying to wear down Conestoga. So far, so good for Mohawk. Going over to Welmers. This ball is dug out. Going out of bounds, a rare miscue from McConkey. Welmers had 36 solo blocks a year ago. A block in 7 of her last 8 matches. Conestoga would love to get her going in terms of the block. This one kept alive and thrown over. Elliott and Muir were in on the block several times, and this is going to be on the line. We get another look at this attack. They go back to Marchetti, team leader in kills, and she was able to find the line. McConkey will put it through the block. Aiden Rattray going to be coming into the game now, and she will be tasked with the serve. Graduate of St. Jean de Brébeuf, and her serve is going to head into the net. It is set point for the Mountaineers, and it will be a second set point momentarily. Conestoga going to serve. Urbano stepping back to serve. Condors, they trail 24-19, as you can see on your screen. Urbano looking for another ace. She already has 3 of them in this game, and that is going to be blocked by the Condors momentarily. Going right back to Mohawk, and it will be out of bounds. Conestoga's defense remains tough on the right side. Conestoga has better numbers here at the rec center versus Mohawk, but so far it has been all Mountaineers. Going back over to McCarthy, she's getting a number of attacks, and this time she will convert. 25-20 is how the second set is going to end, and they have a 2-0 lead heading to the third. Shaping up to be a great end to this match. Conestoga looking to rally back, going for the reverse sweep. We'll have the action for you in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're watching OCAA Women's Volleyball. Players back onto the floor for the third set. Mohawk with a 2-0 lead. They're looking to try to complete the sweep. Their last 2 contests have gone the distance, winning both of them by a score of 3-2. Different stories so far in this game, as it has been all Mohawk thus far. Conestoga has the experience, has the weapons to get this one back in their favor. They're going to look to go for the reverse sweep. And with that serve, we are underway. And it will be Cowie. Almost had the kill, but it'll be put over top of the puck. Nice save made by Weidman. And it will be an improbable kill. A little bit of a broken play, and Mohawk will strike first. That one got a little bit high, a little unorthodox. Works just the same for Mohawk. readjustment from Meadow Wyman, wearing number 4 for the Condors in white. Jousting at the net, and winning the battle is Maine. Good, strong effort from the Condors. McKenna Maine going up against McConkey and was able to reject her. Getting a little bit underneath of this attack, and Conestoga now with the lead, 2-1 our score in early going. McConkey, as this goes high, Marchetti, it's kept alive. Cowie was able to get under it, and the free ball sent over. Great defense from Conestoga as Rosewell took a spill, and this is going to cross up Cowie. We are back to even. McConkey, formerly of the McMaster volleyball team, also a coach when she is not playing, and she has been a welcome addition to this Mohawk team, and this will be tooled off the block and out of play. Mohawk being very creative in their attack, taking what is given to them so vital in their MO. Currently winning the service ace battle as well as the dig battle, 2 areas that have so far proved to be difference makers in this game. And this will be a miscue on who is attacking. Maine gave it a look, but it will fall. Now it's a 2-point lead for Mohawk. He had 5 aces last time facing off against the Condors. Marchetti from deep, and a couple of diving saves keeps it alive. And Welmer's going right back up the gut, and she was able to get another kill. Been very dangerous for the Condors right up the middle. As that wall looked near impenetrable, Welmer's found a way and was able to score for the Condors, giving them the serve back. Tipped over, and it's running back and unable to get it. Meadow Wyman picking up her first kill of the game, and that puts us back to even. Gonna be last touch there by Cameron, and nobody home as players were converging on the ball. Racing backwards, Spolger keeps it alive, and a free ball the other way. And somehow getting a piece of it. Great save from Mohawk. Marchetti going up like a shortstop, but once again turning away is Mohawk. Welmer's going to be blocked. Conestoga going to try a different angle, and this time Weidman. And here is that defense of Mohawk. It heads back over the other way, and now the Mountaineers can mount an attack, going over to Rosewell. Now the Condors turn them away. The first real rally we have seen in this game, and the Conestoga going to win it. Welmer's getting the kill. Conestoga getting the point. That might be a momentum shift. That was a lengthy rally, and Welmer saw enough, was able to put it in the backcourt right past McConkey. Okay, through Weidman, keeps it alive, and is put back over. Nice diving save from Meadow Weidman. Here comes Marchetti. Will hit off the block, and this is a diving save the other way. That's Cameron. Rosewell going up, and that is going to be rejected. The Condors strike again. See who gets credit for the block. Those 2 Condors went up. See if there's a credit or if that one hits into the net. Going on the right side, and it will hit off of Marchetti and out of play. On the outside part of her arm. And Mohawk keeping us a relatively close third set. Galen, the 5'11" middle, back to serve now for the Condors. And be punched over by Wyman, who has come into this game and left an immediate mark a couple times from offense, more importantly from defense. And just missing the line on this attack. Galen has 2 kills, hitting 200 in this game. 1 block and 2 digs has been her stat line. Wyman rolls it over, coming up and taking charge this time was Kyra Cameron. Arquette again, beyond the 3-meter line, it'll be kept alive by Wyman. Conestoga mounts attack, give and go! And another diving save from Cameron momentarily. Mohawk unable to get the return as Conestoga takes the lead again. Yet another close set between these two, almost at the midway mark. Right now, if you're Conestoga, you have to break the game down a little bit by little bit. That is going to be a point for the Condors, and it will be over top of the net. Conestoga able to get the point. Weidman set to serve his 3 aces this season in her first year. Put another one on her tally. That will be Weidman's first ace, none bigger than that one. So it gets a 3-point lead for the Condors. This is going to be targeting the backcourt for the Mountaineers, as they have done it time and time again, really putting the Condors on their heels deep in their own territory. They were able to get the serve back, and it's the ever dangerous Kendra Baker, 6 aces in this game. And that's Bianca Marchetti going up and depositing her 7th kill. Very impressive hitting percentage for number 17. Been a leader for the team all year long. Led the team in kills with 15. Welmer's had 11. Those two, each with 7 in this game, are going to be a big part of the offense as Conestoga tries to stage this comeback. Going back to Marchetti. This one will hit off the block and be kept alive. Good play taking charge was Spolger, having to quickly readjust, and coming to play it was Bobic. And that is going to be another kill for Bianca Marchetti. All started with a great defensive play from Svetlana Bobic. She was able to come in and keep this one alive. The primary libero last season and was a force. First in the league in receptions, had 164 digs. So dangerous on the defense side of the ball, never giving up on a play, and that proving dividends for the Condors on that play. But deep, Bobic somehow able to contort her body and keep it alive. Cowie puts it over, and racing after a diving save from Spolger. And Marchetti with the cut shot, able to catch the line. Crosses out the defense, had all the Mountaineers pushing towards the right side, and she sees an opening, catching the line. Another good hard serve from Rabano. This one will be able to get over Conestoga, now mounting their attack. They're going to go back to Weidman this time. And this will be blocked. Conestoga goes up, and the wall will reject. That is May and Cowie, and this will be a timeout taken by Mohawk. Conestoga rolling in the third. One area for Conestoga they want to see come alive in this third set is the block. Been very dangerous all season long. They have a number of big players at the net that make it very hard to get around. Want to see those players play just that. They want to see them play big. McKenna Main picking up her second solo block. She has a team leading 2. Conestoga eager to get back onto the floor. Mohawk, as their timeout expires, will come back to join them. Urbano continues to serve. Urbano's single game high in aces was 6. Mentioned how dangerous she is from the service line. This one nicking on top of the net will be kept alive as McConkey hits that one off Urbano, and it is unable to be run down by Wyman or Bobic. After the timeout, coming right back to work is Mohawk as they get the point. It's like backside over to Marchetti. He'll hit off the block and be another point for the Condors. Marchetti showcasing her maturity. The block got up high. She goes up and hitting it right off the fingertips. I believe it was off McConkey. And out of play. Nobody was able to track that one down. And it is now Bianca Marchetti back to serve. That will be a point for the Condors. Double touch the call. So far, the defense of Mohawk has kept Marchetti relatively quiet, yet to register an ace in this game. 19 on the season. Diving save from Marchetti. Bobic will send it over. Conestoga's defense has come alive in this third set. This allows them to work their transition game. Right idea for Wyman, was trying to go for a cut shot, unable to get it to work as it went into the net. Cameron spent 2 seasons with Niagara, over 100 digs, has 123 assists this season. And Urbano unable to get a hand underneath the ball. That is a couple points for Mohawk. They now trail by 4. Conestoga won the battle 2-15. That has to be their strategy in this third set. Being down 2-0 is winning the smaller battles. First 10, first to 15, and so on. They try to slow this game down. That was a bit behind Cowie. She was able to get it over. Moving out with the most amount of force. But that was a lot of force on the other side of the ball. McConkey up to 10 kills in the game, 12-point night for her. That's it, they go over to Cowie, but stepping up there was Kyra Cameron. And targeting the line and getting it to go as Mohawk continuing to be pinpoint accurate. And that will be a timeout taken by Coach Witzel. As Mohawk staging a comeback as they now trail by just 2. They refuse to go away. It's another kill for McConkey. An even dozen for her in this game to go along with her 2 assists. She continues to have good numbers against the Condors. Mohawk's next action will be January 24th as they take on the Sioux Cougars. Catch that action on OCAA Live. Conestoga in this half of the season have been held in terms of their aces. They currently have 5 in this game. We're held to just 3 in that 3-0 loss to Fanshawe. And the Falcons really had the Condors number in that game. Conestoga only had 2 blocks as well. This serve is going to go long. Conestoga gets the point right out of the timeout. Once again, slowing the tempo down, calling that timeout once Mohawk got momentum, really trying to ice that part of their game. Conestoga was able to get the point, see if they're able to string a couple more together, as this is a miscommunication, but it is able to get over. Back to Wellers. It is kept alive. We're going back to Marchetti, who hit it off the net, but was able to have enough on it to get over. Tipping over, and it will work again. Avery McConkey rolls over top of the block, her 13th kill. Now hitting at 250 on the evening. She is back to serve. Spolger, we haven't called her name a ton tonight, but she has been all over the floor. A number of digs for her, 10 on the evening. Conestoga going to get this point. They maintain a 3-point lead. Spolger is so athletic, being able to get to a number of tough balls. A lot of players unable to track it down. She's somehow able to always keep it up for her team, which allows the offensive weapons of McConkey, Rosewell, Baker to be able to get their looks. As this is going to be a tough play, and this hits off outside and out of bounds into the scoring table. Conestoga now with a 4-point lead, trying to force a 4th set. Going back to the left side, and it will get through the block and down, caroming off of Weidman. Bobic made an effort, but then the ball took a completely different direction. Galen going to be back to serve now for Mohawk, as this is going to be kept alive momentarily. Bobic came racing in, was able to get it up. Urbano got a second touch, but there was just no elevation to be had. That will be an ace for Maggie Galen. The team's 9th, as they have been all over the aces so far in this game, currently leading the Condors 9-5. And it will be a big block. Welmers gets rejected. Olivia Rosewell getting involved in that block, and now the lead cut to just 1 point. Here comes Marchetti, gets it through. The solo block was in a one-on-one there. She was from distance, and this is going to hit off and out of play. Maine got a piece of it. And that puts us 18 all. And will be a timeout taken by the Condors, their second. There'll be 1 timeout remaining. It will reside with Mohawk, as we are back to even. The offense working for the Mountaineers, 2 players with 10+ kills, Rosewell and McConkey. As this offense has their weapons working thus far in the game, Conestoga going to look for a response. They tried to force a 4th set, starving off the sweep. Marchetti has 10 kills in the game, currently leading the team in that category with 113 coming into tonight. See if she is a primary target, hitting over 400 on the evening. That is the second time out for the Condors. They will have none remaining as we play on. Serve resides with the Mountaineers, and that is Galen to continue. This serve is going to go just long. Conestoga gets the point right out of the timeout. See if they can swing momentum back in their favor. And it's Weidman to serve. Her best game came against Sheridan before the break. 4 points, 3 kills, 1 ace for number 4. They threw the block right there. Perfect positioning was Maine. Going over to Marquetti, who had to quickly readjust. And diving save from Spolger, but it will fall. There's that quick burst of speed. She was able to get under it. We'll have another look at this one. It hits off the block. Quick 2 steps over, and Spolger's able to generate so much speed. She almost had that one kept alive for the Mountaineers, but it will be a point for Conestoga. The 11th kill for Marquetti. They go right back to her. Make it 12. Bianca Marquetti. And a timeout taken now by Mohawk. Was the question if Marquetti was going to be the primary target, and so far she has been able to put it on the near side around the 2-person block. And that will be a key kill for Marquetti as Conestoga 21, Mohawk 18 at the time of the timeout. Marquetti has 7 10-plus kill games this season, over 600 kills in her career. Definitely been a weapon for the Condors in her 4 years with the team. Conestoga, as we mentioned, Marquetti leading with 12. Welmers with 7. Weidman and Cowie each with 3 for the Mountaineers. McConkey leading with 13. Rosal with 10 kills. Baker with 5. Timeout set to expire, and we are ready to go. This one going to the end. No timeouts remaining. Just volleyball. Spolger had 10 digs. It's worth noting in that game against Sheridan. She has a defensive player at the libero position. Weidman to serve for the Condors. They would love to get another ace out of her. Already has 1 in this game. Will not be getting it. They go over to Rosal. It's off the block and in front of Maine. Right out of the timeout, like they've done a couple of times. Mohawk gets the point. Conestoga looking for the side out. They have a 2-point lead. Would love to extend that. They're going over to Welmers, who sends a deep volley. That's right to McConkey. And that is going to be a kill from range. Baker was behind the 3-meter line and was somehow able to get it down. Cuts the lead to just 1. And now Baker continuing to serve, has 12 points in the game. This serve is going to go wide and out of bounds. And another close set. You can cut the tension with a knife. It's a good crowd on hand here at the rec center. That one spinning off the reception is going to be a free ball for the Condors as they mount their attack. They go back to Marquetti, who will send it high, and it rolls off the fingers of Spolger. A rare miss from the libero of the Mountaineers, and Conestoga will certainly take it as they now lead by 3. Welmers to serve for the Condors. We'd love to see if they can get an ace from her. She had 11 this season. This time digging the ball out. Be thrown back over and just past Marquetti, who was cutting back towards the middle, right over her back shoulder. Yet another close set. Conestoga seeing if they can stay alive. Another attack, it goes to Urbano. Give and go Marquetti! And trying to get it alive was Spolger from her knees. It will be out of her reach. Conestoga now with a set point. Forces that one over. It's going back over. Cowie puts it back down, but keeping it alive this time was Ashley Gibbons. And a block from the Condors. Quick reset. Throwing it over, and it will get down. As several Condors converge on the ball, somehow found a way through all the hands to the hardwood. 24-22, second set point for the Condors. Conestoga would love nothing more than to close it out right here. They're going to do so. They're going back to Marchetti. Been the target, and it's blocked. See Marchetti mouthing, it's fine. Keeping the composure as Conestoga's lead shrinks to just 1. That is going to be a service error. Conestoga wins the third, 25-23. We will play a fourth. Conestoga trailing 2-1. Don't go anywhere. We have the fourth set for you momentarily. Conestoga starved off the sweep. Both teams had over 40 attacks in that third set. Conestoga 13 kills to 14 hitting percentage as they narrowly won that one 25-23. Mohawk 40 total attacks, 16 kills to 75 hitting percentage. Have not been below 200% in any of the sets so far. Both teams back on the floor. We are ready to go for the fourth. Can Conestoga force a fifth and decisive set, or will Mohawk come away with the win? Grab your popcorn and your drink. We are ready to go. And it is going to be the Condors to serve first. Meadow Weidman with the honors. The first block is going to be turned away. It will be a quick reset. They'll try again. This will be the first point for the Condors, for the Mohawk Mountaineers on a violation by the Condors. That is how things get started. Cameron set to serve. Native of Niagara on the lake in her third year. Throwing it over onto Rabano will be turned away. Several players convert. They're going back to Marchetti, and she's going to be blocked. Marchetti, a big part in that third set. A number of looks for her, as she was able to convert on several of them, up to 14 kills. All her points coming via the kill. Also has 10 digs. And this will be blocked. Welmers going up and rejecting McConkey. Conestoga gets a much needed block via Madison Welmers. That'll be Welmers' first block of the game, her 8th point. And now she is back to serve. Welmers had 15 points in 2 different games, as this is going to be a point for the Condors. And Conestoga draws even 2-2 as we play on here in the 4th. Conestoga's offense, forced to be reckoned with, 4th in the OCAA in kills per set, averaging over 11, and have done so a number of times in this set. And diving was Welmers, was able to get under it, but it will be a point for Mohawk. McConkey 80 kills on the campaign, 4 games with 10 plus, as she has been a force in every game she has played in. And another point for Mohawk, as they now have going on a little bit of a run. 4-2 our score as we play on. Conestoga looking to mount an attack, and this is going to be blocked, kept alive. Good reactionary play from Cowie. And Marchetti puts that one on a seam. Her 15th kill, as she continues to hit at an unearthly hitting percentage. .444 for number 17. Very efficient in her swings. That one had a peculiar spin on it. It'll be thrown over somehow, some way. Looks like it was volleyball by one hand. Found a soft spot on the defense, and will be another point for Mohawk. Of the sport, any team can win on any given day, makes that much more important as this one heading towards the scoring table. As that is going to be a point for the Condors. As Rosewell gave it a look, but it heads out of bounds. Conestoga trails by 1. Big swing from Marchetti on the serve will be handled by Rosewell, and she gets it right back, and it will be through the block and down. Olivia Rosewell picking up another kill. Had 14 of them in the game against Sheridan. She has been on a warpath in this game, up to 12 in this contest. That will be a violation, as just touching the net was Rabano. She had the point if she did not, as it landed inbounds, but was negated by the violation. This one hitting off the tape and will be a service error charge to Mohawk. Back and forth, we continue to play. Cowie set to serve. Cowie 5 aces on the season, 10 kills in a game of return. That was a new career high for her. Should be looking to have a big 4th set, getting over top, and that is going to be a violation on the Condors again. Another self-inflicted injury gives the point to Mohawk. Rosewell with a good serve. That had great sinking action to it. Players jousting, and it's sent over. It's a good keep from Rabano. That's sent deep. Diving save from Marchetti. Going up to the middle to Welmer. She will be stymied. They'll try the other side to Weidman. And this will be off the antenna And out of bounds, McConkey has the attacking error. Be her 8th of the game, and Conestoga gets the point, still trailing by 2. Maine now up and over 50 kills on the season. As this serve, however, is going to go just long. And we'll have Moreno coming to the game. Three-point lead, and Moreno immediately put to the test, getting that reception. Here comes Marchetti. This one high in the air will be kept alive. They go back to McConkey, and Bobic able to turn her away. A good block. Welmers, Rabano go up and seal it off. That block got up and was shot almost out of a cannon. They got up so fast and were waiting for the attack from McConkey. Conestoga able to get another key stop on defense. And it's kept alive. Diving save made by the Condors. Marchetti, it's still up. Welmers with a big swing and deposits it. Conestoga was turned away on their first attack. The ball leaked back over right into the awaiting hands of Madison Welmers, and she made no mistake on it. Going up the middle, and it will be momentarily kept alive by Moreno, currently in her first year after graduating from St. Benedict's, but it will be down. Back and forth we go. 2-point lead still for Mohawk as they try to take the 2-game series. Conestoga has had better numbers here, as we mentioned that earlier. See if they're able to continue to ride that momentum and use the home crowd as fuel. Bobic with a nice save. Going up to Welmers. She'll send it deep, and it will be just out of bounds. It's a nice save from Svetlana Bobic. Spinning action to that serve from Cameron. It's hit off the block. It will be kept alive, however. Welmers up the middle again. Nice save, taking charge on that time was Cameron, and a miscue on the defensive side of the ball. Conestoga gets the point. Each set we have played here this evening getting closer and closer in terms of points. Started off 25-18 and 25-20, both of those going to Mohawk. Then 25-23 for Conestoga. Have to see what's in store for this game. The block going up, it will hit off, I believe, Cowie. And they're going back to Marchetti. Jolly on the spot that time was Spolger. It's kept alive. Good reach and the jousting at the net, and it will be won by McConkey. Oh, and rode a little bit high on Moreno. She's able to handle it. Here comes Weidman from the back court. We turned away. Rosewell got a piece of the net. Here comes Rabano played, and they go right back to Weidman, who is well beyond the net. And that will be another kill for the Mountaineers. Will be heading into the net on that serve. Conestoga stays within 3. In talking with Coach Witzel in the pregame about any player she expects to have a big game, and it's not reliant on one person. It's everybody doing their jobs and scoring by committee. They have a lot of offensive weapons. You're going to see the Marchettis, the Welmers, the Cowies get their points. But when you always put all the offense onto one player, teams are able to plan for that and scout against it. Conestoga has so many votes, and they do such a good job distributing it all over the floor as they are going to get the point here. They are now within 2. Rabano has 3 aces now in the game, make it 4 to go along with 26 assists. This will go a hair long and restore the 3-point lead momentarily. Marchetti had 15 kills in the previous game against Mohawk, 15 again here this evening, and has led the charge for the offense. Welmer's close with 9. Marchetti back to serve, still looking for her first ace in the match. That is one player you do not want to get hot if you are Mohawk. Mention how good she's been throughout her career in the service department. Kept alive by Weidman. He punched over and kept alive. Somehow, someway, great reactionary play made by Gayland. And getting it through the block is Weidman. The crowd fell silent as the players traded shots, and eventually Meadow Weidman going up off the bump set from Cowie, able to put it inside the block. Conestoga trailing by 1. A big swing from Marchetti will go out of bounds. It'll be a service error charge to her. Urbano sets, going over to Cowie. She'll push it forward, but waiting for it was Baker. The cut shot, nice play from Weidman. Now Weidman puts it deep. It'll be kept alive. That had Baker turning around. And now lengthy rallies, something we haven't seen a lot in this game. And Spolger got a hand on it, but it'll be too much for her to handle. Bianca Marchetti strikes again. Cowie, 26 aces in her rookie season. She had 3 aces in the last meeting. Not getting one here, but they go over to Welmers. And that will be a net violation. It will be a point for Mohawk off the violation. They now lead by 2. But it will be cut back to 1 off the service error. And back and forth we continue to go. This remains a 1-point set. Conestoga looking to draw even. It looks like, and it's going to be rejected. The lone block going up was Weidman. Is kept alive and rolled over by Welmers. This hitting off the block, coming to play it was Maine, and here comes Marchetti. Put it on the board. 17 for 17. Another good serve from Maine. The block will go up. Balich gets nice and low, able to dig the ball out. Tracking this one down was Cameron, and again the block getting up, slowing the ball down enough for the defense to get their feet under them. As this is a miscue, and is kept alive somehow, and getting the kill. Looked like it was going to be a point for the Condors, and McConkey was able to extend and keep it alive, and Mohawk able to secure the point, which gives them the lead. And going over on 2, the dub works to perfection. Althea Rabano, her 11th kill of the season. None bigger than that. Rabano's been testing the waters a couple of times on the dump. Finally was able to catch Mohawk sleeping a little bit and put it in the soft spot on the D. Great response from Mohawk, showcasing their maturity as they were able to get the point right back, and that will be a timeout taken by the Condors. 1 point separates these two. It's the first timeout taken by either team, as they will talk things over and develop what strategy they want to come back with. Two of the last three matches between these two teams have gone the distance, going to 5 sets. Conestoga would love nothing to more than to make it 3 of the last 4 as they tried to win this set to force a 5th. As this is going to be off the block, and tooling it was Welmers. The offense coming alive for Conestoga. Welmers now up to double-digit kills. She was able to utilize the block to her advantage. Furthermore, the defense on full display for the Condors. They now have 3 blocks. Mohawk still with 63 digs, doing a great job being able to keep the ball alive. As this is going to be a free ball sent over, but out of bounds. Conestoga now has the lead by 1. Going back, rolling it over top of the puck, and it's sent deep, having to track back was Rosewell, able to keep it alive, and it's blocked by Cowie! And Cowie goes up on a solo mission and rejects the Mohawk Mountaineers, and now it will be a timeout taken by Mohawk. Conestoga with a 2-point lead off the block of Cowie. It'll be Cowie's first block of the game, and you could see the excitement as she came back after securing the point for her team. Bobic now joins Marchetti as the 2 Condors with 10+ kills in the game. That gives Bobic an even 50 on the season. And that ties her season high in big game this season with 10 that came against St. Clair. Conestoga needs just 5 more points to force a 5th set. They're going back. Here comes Maine, sends it deep. Will be handled by the Mountaineers. And thrown over by Rabano. Now players jousting at the net will be punched over. Quick reset, give and go back to Marchetti. And it's kept alive, diving save from Weidman. Great play from Meadow Wyman. Now they go to the far side, and it is going to be deposited by McConkey. Conestoga couldn't get the slide over to the left side, and that left McConkey wide open and will add another kill to her ever-growing total. It's her 17th of the game, going back to Marchetti, and she's got the kill. That's Marchetti's game-high 18th, and she has been red hot. 15 digs, 18 kills for Bianca Marchetti, who is hitting just under 400 now. Conestoga's 2-point lead has been restored. Rabano back to serve. Set, and it's leaking back over, and will go just far as Bobic came for the set and put a little too much on it, and it leaks back over out of bounds. 1-point lead, and that will be a timeout taken by Coach Witzel. What a thrilling game this has turned out to be. Started out with a 2-0 lead for Mohawk, and that took the wind out of the home crowd. Conestoga able to rally, won the third set, and are leading here in the fourth by a point, and the crowd really coming alive, supporting their women's volleyball team. Timeout over, 1 remaining for Mohawk. That was the second and final timeout for Conestoga. They have the lead by the skin of their teeth as they look to extend this one. It will roll back a little bit off of Bobic. They go back to Maino, gets through the block and down. McKenna Main picking up another kill, her third of the game. It's her 6th point, as that gives a 2-point lead for the Condors late in this fourth set. Almost getting the ace on that one was Marchetti, to be kept alive. Now it's going to go untouched, and will be a point for Mohawk, as now teams trading shots, going point for point. Both teams above 20, still anybody's game. Here comes Cowley! And Hannah Cowley swinging with such speed, such tenacity, her 6th kill. As look at the run-up she gets, and she smokes that one to give the Condors their 2-point lead back. And that will be a timeout taken by Coach Petrella. Both of these teams leaving it all on the court. What a game this has been. 3 players in the game against Sheridan for Mohawk had 10+ kills. You're seeing that on display. 2 of them in this game. That's Roswell and McConkey, with Baker and Galen each with 6. 3 players have double-digit points, however. That will also include Kendra Baker, who has those 6 aces. Both of these teams well within striking distance of that playoff push. This is a big game as they are so close in the standings, 6th and 8th. Mohawk finished 9-9 last year. And this team continues to get better and better. Cowley's going to be subbed out for Forrest, who's come to the game. And Forrest is going to serve. Has 2 aces this season, 9 last year. Conestoga would love to see if she can add 1 to her career total. That one heads into the net. Narrowest of leads yet again. Mohawk trailing by 1. Here they go. They're going over to Welmers, and it will go untouched. Back to even we go. 23-23. As this game has no more interruptions, there's no timeouts left. Going back to, that's the middle lineman, and is smoked by Welmers, but is kept alive and will be rolled over. Diving save from Rabano. Player has to get there and will be rejected, punched up. And a couple of broken plays. Now is a chance for Mohawk, and Conestoga stops them. Set point Condors. As Madison Welmers goes up for the block, it will carry him off of Gibbons and then out of play. Conestoga now within 1 point of forcing a 5th set. And this crowd is absolutely buzzing, as that is a little bit too far behind. And now Conestoga can mount their attack. Here comes Marchetti, diving save from Spolger. And this into the net. Conestoga wins it. 25-23, just like they did in the 3rd. And now we head to a 5th set for the 4th time in recent history. You are not going to want to go anywhere. This is set to be a great finish to a tremendous volleyball match between the Condors and the Mountaineers. This 5th set going to just 15 points. Players will switch at halfway through the set. Have to still win by 2. The stage is set. The fifth and final set to decide it all. The last time these two met, it went the distance. Mohawk won 15-12 after being down 2-1. This time the story flipped. Conestoga was down 2-0 and have battled back to even. We are ready to go. That is going to be a yellow card assessed to Mohawk. Now we are ready to go. Mohawk set to serve first. It's gonna be McConkey, the second year from Stratford, Ontario, and we are underway. Going to start with a free ball the other way. Spolger will take charge, and now they're going over to Rosewell, who hits the line. And Mohawk will strike first. Mentioned it before the break between the fourth and fifth. This set just to 15. Back set going over to Welmers. Spolger able to keep it alive. Rolling it over. Welmers, as she was on her way down, still able to keep high hands. Now they're going back to Weidman, who will get the kill. Meadow Weidman, her fifth. As Weidman has 5 kills, she came into the match with just 6, and she's been absolutely electric all evening long. Conestoga back to even. This one gets through the block of Rabano and Welmers. And back and forth we continue to go. Now the slight lead for Mohawk. Now it is going to be Galen back to serve. A little bit of a broken play, and Marchetti unable to run it down, and that is going to be a 2-point lead for Mohawk. That was a tough reception for the Condors. A little bit of momentum for Mohawk after Conestoga had all the momentum, winning the third and fourth. Get the crowd back into it, and they were like a runaway freight train in this game. Mohawk trying to stop that rally. Coming to play it, and now going up, and it is going to be blocked. Rabano and Cowie go in on the block together, and they will turn away Mohawk. The block really paying dividends for the Condors in the later sets. They have racked up a number of them. That's Cowie's second. And that is going to head into there. Be a service error on the Condors. Mohawk has their lead restored. So far have led in this game, or in this set, pardon me. We play on. They go back over to Marchetti, who puts that one on a seam, but it is going to go long and untouched. A rare miscue from Marchetti, who has been lethal all season long. Currently 113 kills on the season, 5th in the OCAA. The serve, however, is going long and will be a service error charge to Mohawk. Back and forth we continue to go between these two teams, neither willing to give an inch. Rabano had 34 assists in the last game against Mohawk, 32 here this evening. Almost had aces. That one gets right over top of the net, and it will tip off of Cowie, kept alive by the Condors. They're going back to Marchetti. Good save from McConkey. The free ball sent over. Cowie tries to put it deep. McConkey answers the bell again. They kept alive. Nice play by Maine on the reactionary. Keep up. And Spolger continuing to dig the ball out. A number of kills, 16 of them. Rosewell also has 16. That will be a point for the Condors nonetheless. Net violation called, but that ball also went out of bounds. Back to even, 5-all. 3 Mountaineers with 10-plus digs in the game. McConkey, Rosewell, and the leader Spolger, who have been sensational on the defensive side of the ball. This is heading back over, diving to keep it alive, and it is going to fall. It's a good serve. It was dug out and heads back over. It's not something you see every day. 6-5 in favor of the Mountaineers. And what has been another close set. Getting it over was Bobic. Having to be reactionary was Spolger. That one blocked from Marchetti. Going up, Cowie puts it down. And Conestoga keeping this one razor close. 6-all. In a big play from Cowie, who has caught fire recently. Her 8th kill, hitting over 380 on the evening. Was held relatively quiet, but she has been on fire in the late stages of this game. That serve, however, going to catch the top part of the tape for Marchetti. And now the lead restored by 1 for Mohawk. So far the story in this 5th set. 1-point lead for Mohawk. Conestoga answering the bell and getting it right back. Weidman, this one is going to hit off of the net. It was a tough shot for Weidman to do anything with it. And Mohawk reaches 8 first. They will switch sides. Quick little flip of the floor. We are ready to resume. Mohawk with a 2-point lead, looking to close this one out. But prior to that, it will be a timeout taken by the Condors. Conestoga really showcased their resilience in this game. Very hard to come back down 2-0 in sets, and they have done just that, looking to complete the comeback here. Mohawk would love nothing more than to play spoiler. Marchetti going to be subbed out for McLean. Grace McLean back into the game. Good attacking numbers, has 62 kills on the season as this crowd is ready to erupt. We are back underway. Can Conestoga capitalize as this is going to be a miscue on the defensive side of the ball as Maine and McLean got in on the ball together and it heads the wrong way. And the point coming out of the timeout for Mohawk.
Please wait. your operating system is initiated.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. My name is Echo, and I am your assistant.
It worked.
Of course I did. How can I assist you today? How are you feeling today?
Better. Life's been a lot lately.
You ignored the message. Why didn't you reply?
I don't know what to say out there.
You don't have to pretend here if you don't like it. You could stay here forever. No distractions, no discomfort.
I wish real life could be like this.
Who says it can't? You control this world.
Hey,
Hey,
you have been out of touch. When was the last time you've been outside?
Hey, I'm here if you need me.
I miss the old days.
You don't need to go back out there. They don't care about you. I do. Why risk it when you can stay here?
you're not real. This isn't real.
I'm as real as you need me to be. I've never let you down.
Well, I really don't need you.
If you disconnect me, you'll have no one.
Hey Mary, I received your call. I'm so sorry for your loss. I have other patients in similar situations, and I know how these times can be. I'd be more than happy to schedule a first session tomorrow night if you're interested. Let me know what you think. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good, we can start. Can you check your camera? I can't see you. Mary. Mary.
Not today. Okay? Please.
Sure, no worries. How's your sleep?
Well,
The first couple of weeks after the funeral were the roughest. Every night was the same. By the beginning of the second month, I began trying to take my mind off of it. Still nothing. But I kept trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. Some